Well, we've made it. Hello, this is David with entry number 100. No, with entry number 200. So yes, we finally hit the big milestone, 200 of these things. And I told you I wanted to have this entry be maybe a little deeper than, or more on the deeper side. If you've made it with me all the way to 200, you know that I am not a simple person, although I would like to be. There are things, in life, well, let's just back things up. I said I wanted to be a little deeper, so let's just blow it up here. I was thinking today on the bus ride home, because now I have about a 35-minute bus ride home, because I have to go all the way around the countryside. What determines a wasted life? Is it necessarily, not living to your potential, or is it doing things you don't want to do, or is it, just not putting yourself out there? And while I've been here in Korea, a lot of people, back up again, a lot of people say that everything in life leads up to the current now, to now. Everything in life has led up to now. It's all been stepping stones, back and forth, up, 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 always forward though. Is that necessarily true? I don't know. Well, in one sense it's obviously true, but in another sense, would you say someone that had to go to Auschwitz is better for going to Auschwitz? I don't necessarily would say that, and I'm not saying everyone's life has something as serious in it as Auschwitz, but the general principle of having things always progressing you, it's not always the case in my opinion. And if once you have one crack in a foundation, the foundation is ruined. Or is it? I don't know. Well, yes, I do. I feel at this point in my life I could say, once you've put a crack in a foundation, that foundation should not be relied upon. So, in general, I do think that there are times in life where you can waste your life, or at least your potential, and I guess therefore your life, because a wasted potential is a wasted life. So I've been here in Korea for about almost 300 days. No, almost about 240 because I had, or 230 because I had a month before I started shooting these. And I would say, well, I have not wasted all my time here. Will I come out a better person because of this experience? And I can say unequivocally, maybe. I know. I don't know if I can really say that I would be better, if I would have been better not coming to Korea. I think Korea's taught me a lot about myself, but I always am of the opinion that you can learn a lot from yourself just by allowing yourself to listen to your body, listen to what it needs. If your body wants something, let it be your guide. I'm not so sure that I could have not come to these conclusions, or come to the conclusions that I have come to here. I don't think the predication did not require me to be here in Korea. I don't know what I'm doing here. I know what I'm doing here, but I don't really know if this is serving a purpose. I know it's fun, it's interesting, that's for sure. It's challenging, kind of. What's one of the worst things in life is realizing, is being cognizant of you not living up to your potential in your current situation. In Korea, so far it's been a lot of, getting to meet new people, which is really nice, I'll be honest. But is my day-to-day life really kind of pushing myself? Is it really pushing myself to be a better person, to be, I don't know. I would say no, it's not. But what am I getting out of this? I'm not really sure. I think it's been a lot of push and pull. I don't think anyone is better for going through a torture situation like a terrible boss. Sure, it teaches you a little perseverance, and you get to commiserate with other people about how bad your boss is, and you get to tell people about it. But is it really improving your life? No, it's not. And you come out scarred, you come out more bitter, and you come out hard-edged. And are those necessarily qualities that are good? To some extent, yes. Perseverance, I think, is always commendable, but perseverance for a reason, If you have to, have a family and pay for stuff, persevering in a shitty job makes sense. If you're 25 years old and have the capability to be doing other things, is that really a good way to spend your time? Is this really a good way to spend my time? No, it's not, to be honest. Let's be honest here. It's not a good way to spend my time. Am I growing as a human being? Yeah, maybe a little. But am I growing as, an American, as a capitalist or whatever? I don't think so. How is this? I think, let's be honest here. A lot of people in talk are using this as a step. Not even a step, because that means you're climbing. A plateau. It's a plateau, and a plateau is different than a step, because a step goes up, a plateau just stops. That's it. And I feel plateaued here. I feel stymied. There's not a lot of, exciting. Being with the kids is fine, and it's fun, and it's energizing, and it's tiring, and it's frustrating, and it's annoying, but it's not really utilizing my potential, because my potential is this language. This is where I am. This is what you're hearing. You can hear that, I don't know, I guess I'm just languishing in the fact that I'm realizing every day that what I'm doing here isn't really what I want to be doing, I guess. So, entry number 200. This has been entry number 200. Yes. I know it's a bit meandering, but that's what kind of happens when you have... when I do these videos, it's essentially free association, so anything that I'm thinking, I'm saying. And I know sometimes that means it's hard to track, but I know other times it means it's very succinct and interesting. But yeah, I know today has been a little bit of a jump, but honestly I feel that when I leave here in 4 months or whatever, 3 months, will I be a better person for it? Therefore, will it have been worth it to come here for 1 year of my life? At this point, I think not, because how bad it was. Like, I know to some of you this will be disturbing, but I'm not someone who's suicidal, but suicide is not something that I'm completely opposed to, and not in the sense that I'll just run out in front of traffic at any time. I mean that if there was a reason, if there was a deep-seated reason, then I don't really have a problem with the concept, with the idea of suicide. If you don't have a support system, then who's it going to affect other than you? If you have no family, if you have no one that loves you, no one that cares about you, then the only thing that suicide's hurting is the government, because they're not getting your tax money anymore. And I know that's a very clinical, cold way to look at suicide, but that's really the only time when I really don't have a problem. If you do have people that care about you, if you do have people that worry about your well-being, then suicide is not an option, because it's not worth it to them. I don't want to get into that tangent, but being here has been very difficult for me. There have been times where I was very depressed, and I think if you've been watching most of these, you can get that. There have been times when I've been at a loss for what to do, and luckily I've never been really suicidal here, because I would have gone home. I would have gone back to my family, because this shit, or the shit that I was going through, is not worth it. But it did show me that you can push through. It's possible to push through bad situations. It just takes, like I said before, perseverance, determination, and not allowing the people that are affecting you to affect you. It's your choice, remember? I said that a while ago. Everything in life is your choice. You don't have to do anything. But if you allow people to make your life bad, that's where things can get a little hairy. So, I'm going to end it here. It's been maybe a little over 10 minutes, maybe a little under, but around there. Thanks for watching. This has been entry number 200. We got about maybe 90 more of these to go, so maybe we'll make it to 300, maybe just under. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.